Anthony. Give me just a second. It should be changed now. There we go. Yeah, the reason I forget to do that so easily is because like I said, the Xbox app doesn't auto change. So like what I was able to do in the past was what I was able to do in the past was I would change it on the app itself, but I found out that if you change it on the web page and save it before starting the stream up entirely, it usually stays. The hell? Alright, widget, calm down. It usually will change automatically, but it doesn't anymore. So, what? Yeah, we will get started here in just a minute. Not that it matters because nobody's here yet. So Anthony, have you tried using Discord on your phone to talk in chat? Hold on, Anthony. What do you mean by that? Yeah, if you want to. It should work, like mine works fine. I'm just curious what you mean. Not like that, Anthony. No, hop into... Jesus. Hop into the Mission Start Podcast Jackbox night. Hangout area. Why are you starting a call? Why are you starting a call?
There we go.
Why are you starting a call? I wanted you to join the Mission Start Podcast Jackbox night.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'll be there.
Okay, thank you. And you also, yeah, you also sound fine.
Alright. Hang on, I'm gonna turn you down. You're way loud.
You're hella quiet on my end, so I gotta turn you up. Actually, I can't. You're at full volume, so there's that. Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay,
You see
cool. Alright.
Open sound. Yeah, you sound fine. I see no issues. Other than you being slightly quieter. I mean, you're about as quiet as Valer is, so it's not a big deal, but...
Right.
So...
say, I think I know the reason why too, because I just found this out. So in Discord, there is another mode that called, or we call it now, created. It's called, give me a second. Settings, voice, it is called call mode. So it's the audio, it's for mobile, so it's in the audio mode section. It's called Stream mode and call mode. Call mode is to experience microphone headphone issues. Try using this audio mode at the right
Gotcha. Oops. So what did you mean by set up notifications? Because, like, I've had a couple people tell me that the things that pop up on screen during stream are a little annoying.
Which particular thing? Because I took out the gift because I tried it out just to see how it goes, and it was fun for a little bit, but then like at the same time, like, it joking me matter that is to say, so I took it away. The only thing I have enabled, honestly, are just, let's see, Prime subscribe, subscribe, and or powered up animation for
that's exactly what I thought you were talking about. I actually already have that set up. It won't pop up on stream because there's honestly no way to do that correctly. I have looked into it, and it's really difficult to have anything pop up on screen for them to see that indicates that immediately like doesn't fuck up my end. Like, basically, if they follow and it pops up on screen, I can't see it.
Oh, right. Yeah. These are more or less the things I'm adding to our extension.
If there's a way, Anthony, to have a notification pop up on screen for them and me at the same time that doesn't interfere with whatever I'm doing, then go for it. But if it's like...
The only thing I'm doing, honestly, when it comes to social media, the only thing I'm doing is making sure there's loud audible noise. The programs we have on I was gonna have it set for like follows, subscribers, notifications. So just an audible thing. Other than like, oh, you gotta follow. Oh, what are you gonna set up?
Okay, so I want to clarify to you what I have set up right now. When I go into, you know how when you use Streamlabs and you open up the widget that you use to have notifications pop up on screen for you?
Yeah.
I have that up. So if someone follows,
thank you.
If someone subscribes, and then I can see it, and then immediately,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then disregard what I was gonna say then.
That's why I was saying like don't worry about it, because I have it going. It just doesn't pop up on screen is all.
Okay. So you basically feel what I want. All right. Cool. Awesome. One less thing to worry about.
One step ahead of you, Anthony.
Seems like you're.
That's what I did with Heat. That's what I did with Heat for a long time.
Okay. Cool. What was I gonna say? I had a very interesting weekend.
Yeah, I saw some of your tweets and stuff about it.
Yeah, so, okay, here was the interesting part of this weekend. So, yesterday, I show up, I meet the guys, they had to come here about my country, and an issue with the plan was, it was to have the guy who was going to come in, wrestle the director, and then have the director come up, and then give him the guy that was supposed to show up didn't, and since they had not seen me on camera, nor has the producer has seen me either, instead, so I end up wrestling the director.
Wow.
It was very much to the way that the entire thing is set up. It's like hitting camera type of show. Hitting camera, whatever, shenanigans happening. Kind of like Jackbox. Or very much, I mean, that way, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I ended up doing that, but also I shot in film with the director wrestling girl, who, because when they saw me and him wrestle, then like some other girl, like, was like, I want to wrestle too. So they wrestled, made them. Then today, initially what the plan was one of the guys on the crew was going to get a tattoo today. He had no knowledge of what exactly the tattoo, but essentially the plan was for him to get tattooed today on top of the rooftop of the dorm. The guy that they were going to bring bailed out at the very last minute. The director trying to find other people in place, backups. It looked like it was happening today, so didn't fall through, but they're gonna do it. I think Thursday is what they said, and they give me right back. So I probably may or may not be involved in that, just because it depends on when I start working. But yeah, they told me, if anything comes up or if it becomes a thing, we'll go from there. So that's been my weekend. So very, very interesting. Also, they was able to check out Koreatown and the northern part of LA. I was close enough to actually see the Hollywood. So yeah, that's been my weekend, and now I'm home. I'm watching you play Jackbox.
Yeah, dude. So I need to figure out when to stream Aces of the Luftwaffe again, because the game is fun, but that day was not a good day.
What's up?
Hey, alright.
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
Hey, I finally figured out how to work this thing. So yeah.
You get a cookie.
Yay.
A whole fucking cookie.
I want a
Yeah,
cookie.
man. Cookie would be great. Okay.
Yeah, it was just like I'll have to figure out when to stream that game again, because again my issue was like my left knee was fucking just killing me. Like because of my arthritis, if it starts to act up even slightly and I step wrong, my knee then decides to just not want to work, and it was just hurting that day. On top of that, I was really stressed out about my dogs. Well, primarily Scarlet. I don't know if I told you this, Anthony, but about 2 weeks ago, give or take, we had noticed that Scarlet was acting very strange. Like, she just had no appetite. She was moping
Honey, bring
around.
me the phone.
She walking around with her tail between her legs, and she could there was times where she just couldn't find a comfortable spot to lay. And we took her to the vet, and they did some X-rays. Found out that she might have had a soft tissue injury in her spine. They aren't 100% sure. I actually need to talk to my mom about calling the vet and see, because they sent the X-rays to a different clinic to get a second opinion on what could be wrong, and because they weren't 100% sure. But she said due to the fact that she's still able to walk, she's still able to do a lot of the stuff that a dog can do, she doesn't think it's a major injury. So she gave us pills for her, and there's Josh. She gave us some pills, and she's been acting a lot better and a lot more normal. But the night before I streamed that game, her and Kaylee got into a nasty little fight. And there was a point where Kaylee got on top of Scarlet and threw her to the ground. And then for the next hour that I was downstairs, Scarlet wasn't moving. She just didn't want to walk around. She was in a lot of fucking pain, and there was nothing I could do. She kept whining at me. And I was trying to get her to take her pills because those will help. One's even a pain pill. And she just refused to eat anything. And she has to take them with food. So it was impossible to get her to take her pain pills. So my mom and I were we're just gonna have her lay down wherever she can, calm down, and the pain will subside slowly. Then when she's feeling a little bit better, we can give her pills. And that's what happened, and it worked. But the next morning, my mom opened the front door. She jumped off the couch with her tail straight up, nothing was wrong. So that made me a lot more at ease. But then, right after that, Kaylee decided to have, stomach issues for a little while. So it was Jesus Christ, can my two dogs just be fine for, a while?
Yes, you get it. Okay.
But, yeah, because of all that, and, there's just other life stresses, and I did not feel like streaming that day, but I had already agreed to it, and I was like, this is awful.
Right. Yeah, just do it when you do it a better time. I know that, was it the actual, company that you
Yeah.
tweeted you out, oh shit, cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, the game is fun. It's a little, it can be grindy, because you're intended to level up and get skill points to put into your ships or your planes, so that way they're just better. But they don't give you enough skill points by the time you get to the boss. So you have to play past levels. You have to. I mean, that's not wrong. You don't have to. You can keep moving forward and basically buy whatever skill tree you want. But if you want everything, you have to grind.
Right.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom, but if anyone pops in chat or anything, just let them know that they can join. They can join up.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Also, no cam today, because I don't feel like it.
That's fine.
I don't feel like being on camera, goddammit.
In other words, he wants to do it in his boxers.
He wants to stream naked.
That too.
Oh, man. So you guys do on Sundays? Just kind of...
Yeah. That's what we've been doing on the Sundays. It's been nice. It's been fun. I actually streamed on my own channel the past 2 days in a row.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got that Lego Voltron and built it on stream the past 2 days.
Alright.
This thing is huge, man. It's 18 inches tall and it's all built.
Wow. Amazing. Hey, thank you for joining, Eric. That's cool, man. I totally dig it. Howard.
Do what?
How are things?
Oh, not bad, man. Not bad, not bad. Besides, you know, I was actually streaming Friday night, building that Voltron, and I had 2 goddamn subs, and I'm like, I'm not streamed in 6 months, and you're subbing to me. What the hell? It's like that makes me feel like I have to do it now.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it? Yeah,
Which I was planning on doing the Final Fantasy V Forge Job Fiesta anyway, and I was just like, well, I'll stream throughout August. I'll do that because I have to complete that charity run by the 31st.
Right,
So I decided that, you know, I'll do it a few hours each day, like Monday through Friday and late afternoon, and like stream a complete run through of it, you know, and raise a little bit of money for Child's Play. So, you know, like I did last year. So other than that, streaming plans aren't my priority.
Right.
But
Yeah,
if you
it's
do
so,
that, it's fun.
yeah, it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty awesome. Yeah, like, I know that Gregg on his channel until I get back in my own down here, which will be soon actually. Depending on it's been fun kind of having him do the work this time around instead of me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm still doing stuff here and there, like, we'll highlight the entire stream if I can, go to YouTube. Like, because of the timeline. Don't have a lot of time to do what I want to do, you know? But it's fine for now. It's still
Before too long, you'll get established and get into a routine, and it'll be pretty awesome.
and I get my own room, my own place. And I get to have no barging in, no nothing. I get to be as loud as I want. It'll be great. Oh man, it'll be awesome. Like,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, there is that nice feeling of freedom.
yeah.
And your parents are going to be so happy now that they'll be able to make your room into a sex dungeon.
I put that image in my head now. You
Well, Valaire's not here yet to do it. And you know he would have made that joke. You know he would have.
You would have made some sort of joke out my distance.
So Anthony,
Yeah.
You missed it, Gregg.
did you know that you can play this game with us while still being on the phone with Discord?
I can. I just
Don't wanna?
chill. Yeah, I just wanna,
Okay.
I just want to chill.
All right.
I did come from a long ways yesterday, and then today was kind of like, I'm good on that. I'll watch you guys be assholes and whatnot.
All right. We got 4 people in here. Let's go ahead and start it up and
Yeah.
see what's what.
Anthony was talking about how he's excited to have his own room, being able to be as loud as he wanted, not have to worry about people just barging in and what have you. And I was like, yeah, that freedom's nice. And I said, plus your parents are going to really love it now to convert your bedroom into a sex dungeon. And he was just like, why'd you put that image in my head?
Well, that's me. I'm Schmitty.
I was like, because Valaire wasn't here yet to do it, and you know he will.
Let's get going.
Yeah. I know. Oh, I was gonna ask you, Greg, because I just saw the video pop up. So.
This is
I do
round
edit
one.
the
You
first
are
part of
about
the
to see
video.
2 prompts on your device.
I have an app on my
Something
phone.
Hilarious or not.
Oh,
for each one.
awesome.
Then everyone
Shit.
gets to decide if
That's
your
it.
answer is better than someone else's.
Yeah, I now know that my
Democracy
phone
at
picks
work.
up my
The
fucking
more folks
fans
who
like super
choose your
well, so
answer,
there's
the more
that.
points you get. Go.
I didn't feel like recording another 13-minute video, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put a bumper in the front.
That's cool.
But now that I know that I can edit Overwatch clips, I'm gonna take more clips while I play, and then basically make the video a little bit more watchable.
Nice. Oh, good shit. What can I say? So I'm assuming you watch the Overwatch finale yesterday.
Hold on one second, I'm writing answers.
Oh, right, of course. These guys write answers say, sub chat, that you guys enjoy working, so just let me know. You're not totally obliged to, but I feel like I was sure to make it. But did you know that if you subscribe on Twitch Prime, you get one free subscription to any streamer you can promote or support, such as this channel, which has all been great for the most part, but well, for now. But once I get back, then it'll be back to
Hurry, hit the safety quit button if you can't think of something.
as your one shilling, one advertising of Amazon Prime.
Alright, so what was your
Let's
question?
start this show. The first
Oh,
prompt
so
is
did you watch these
surprising
now?
photos to find on Garfield's
Oh yeah,
phone would
that
be
was
of
was part of my Overwatch minute too.
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite.
I didn't watch any of it because I was out yesterday, but who won? I don't care.
So it was a really strange playoffs first and foremost because the lower seeded teams ended up fucking dominating the whole thing. So it was
a catchphrase you'd probably hear on a sitcom called The Poop Family.
LA Valiant and the New York XL were the top two seeded teams. I think 4 and 5 were the London Spitfire and the Philadelphia Fusion. And as a matter of fact, the London Spitfire, like, in the beginning of the season, they weren't great. And then they fucking shot the fuck back up and were really good for, like, the latter part of the season. And every fucking playoff game they were in, they just killed it. Just absolutely killed it, right?
Next in line,
So
some
when they went up
showerheads have
against
settings
the
like massage and pulse, but never ever
yeah,
set
it
your
was
showerhead
London
to
versus
blank.
Valiant, and London fucking smoked
Okay,
them
vote.
3-0. And then when the Fusion went up against New York XL, I thought, oh, the New York XL is gonna put up a huge fight, right? It's gonna be a really good game. Nope, they fucking got smashed. Philly smashed New York. And I also poorly spelt masturbate because I was typing it in 5 seconds. So there's that.
That mouse.
It's like a
Your
person
next prompt
masturbating from
is,
Massachusetts
you
or
know
about
you're going
Massachusetts.
crazy when you hear the
Well, I was
Rice
actually
Krispies
going to say, you know, that's what happens when the altar boys and the Catholic
Ready,
priests
set,
get together.
vote.
Masturbation.
That's a good game.
Disgusting.
There was no collusion. I like that. So it was really weird to watch the two top-seeded teams just get smashed by lower-seeded teams. Like, I was like, holy shit, like, they found their groove and they ran with it, right? So then it was Fusion versus,
That's
Philly
all for round
versus
one. Here's the
London.
scoreboard.
And I was like, this is gonna be a really good game. Like, it's gonna go 5 fucking games, it's gonna go back and forth, everything's gonna come down to the last minute. Nope! London fucking
It's
took
round 2 time.
Philly
Everything's
Fusion
worth double.
to
Don't
school.
let those points go to waste.
like bad.
That's interesting.
There were a couple games, like I think the first one and the very last one, that were legitimately entertaining. But that, like, so the first match was a payload match, and it was on Dunkertown. Let me write my answers and I'll get back to the thing.
That is pretty interesting. It's like after the first season, like after the first season, like, a lot of players were obviously already up there because how so it's kind of interesting that a lot of these people like, you know, and you would think there'd be much more to it. So, yeah, this is weird. Especially if they include it.
So the first match, Anthony, it was Philly got to
Cards
push.
on the table.
They got to attack.
Our first prompt is,
And London basically let them
your
take the first 2
enemy upon
points,
your death.
right? Barely put up a fight. And I was just like, oh wow,
Okay,
like
everyone,
London's
vote for your favorite.
really not bringing their game. And then they get to that third section, and just like, oh, did you want a wall of enemy? Because that's what we're giving you. Just a whole wall of enemy, and they stopped them completely. It was like they fucking flipped a switch or some shit. Is what it looked like. But then it dawned on me that they were intentionally allowing London to make it to that point
There's something sketchy about your account
because they
when she
could
asks to see
work in
your
that third section a lot better.
Put in your votes.
There's something really sketchy with your account when she asks to see your TPS report cover sheet or beta files. So the second match, the second part of that match where
Next
London
one.
was attacking,
What a really
I don't think
bad
they stopped the
smuggler would
payload.
say to a border guard.
like they made it to the third
Vote now.
point, or at least to where they needed to, very easily. Almost like Philly didn't show up. It was kind of bad. And then the next match was a control point on Leijing Tower. And Philly in so the first part, Philly didn't get it at all.
And next is
London was like,
the
nah,
one job robots
you
will
can't have
never
this
take
point.
from humans.
Straight up. And then for the second point,
Vote on your devices.
Philly took it for like, I think 35%, and that was it. And everyone's just like, Jesus Christ, is Philly gonna fucking play? So the last match was Kings Row, or the London map, which I thought was like, I was like, if London can fucking destroy on the
Round two
London
is at
map
an
and
end.
win the
Let's
whole
sneak a
thing, that
peek
would
at
be
the
amazing.
scoreboard.
Which is exactly what happened. So Philly got to push first, and London was actually fighting them pretty hard, no matter what. But Philly was able to actually get the payload all the way to the end, right? Which I was
Round
like, wow,
three
all right,
has
Philly.
arrived.
Okay.
The
I
last
see you
lash.
came back from
You're all going to answer the
halftime,
same
wanting that
prompt,
fucking
so
trophy.
pull out all the stops.
And London started, like, they came and they attacked. And they could not get past Philly's defense. They just couldn't
up
do
the
it.
full name
No matter
for
what
this
they did, no
acronym.
matter what they tried, they just couldn't do it. And, hold on.
Like, here's that. Well, I want to know.
So
uh,
well, here's the crazy thing that happened. I thought this was really clever of London. And I don't know if it was like the team that decided this or if it was their coach. I'm assuming their coach. But suddenly, 2 minutes left into just capturing the point to get the payload to come out, they changed all of their heroes.
Oh, wow.
They changed their entire comp. And
That's crazy.
fucking smashed Philly. Philly was not prepared for that at all. And once London changed their comp, they walked that payload in there. Like there was not a stoppage at all.
Was London playing their secondary team?
Let's see those quips.
Were they sandbagging
final
up
round,
until
you
the
can get
very
a one
last
gold
match?
and one
No,
silver
I think
medal
what
to
they
your
were
top
doing,
2 quips. Count.
How you summon daddy? Ugh. I think what they were doing was they have, so a lot of these teams, Anthony, they have each player will have a specific hero like that they pick. They're essentially their main. And unfortunately, when a game starts, you can't swap out a person until like the next part of the first of the round, or until the next game starts, or whatever. Like you just can't swap players out until then. So, in order to get to the point that they took a gamble on switching heroes.
Great. Let's see where those medals ended
But
up.
the way the
Silver.
comp worked in the second
And
part was
finally,
like it
gold.
was shield heavy.
Great. Let me just
And
turn
they
those
went
medals into points for you.
Reinhardt, Diva, Zarya, Lucio, Vegeta, and oh, I don't remember who the sixth
You're
person
done.
was.
Let's see the final scores.
Oh, Moira. So they went with 3 support, 3 tank. And due to the fact that Vegeta and Reinhardt and Zarya are all shield-heavy characters, and then you have, Lucio, who's a constant... Hey, that Nana chick is hosting. That notification will pop up any second now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was gonna let you finish. Like, hey,
Oh,
that's
an auto host. Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah. Thanks anyway for those.
So we'll get a new game going here. And then I'll finish my thought about the Overwatch League. So when they changed that comp, the important part to remember about that is that they didn't just adjust their team playing. They literally countered the entire other team, being both shield heavy and having having Moira and Vegeta as supports who are very, very attack heavy supports, and then Lucio, who's just constantly healing the team over and over and over. Like they just couldn't be stopped. They just absolutely could not be stopped. Now I will say Philly did try to change team comp to fight against it, but they couldn't find the groove. They had lost their groove entirely. So like, London made it to the checkpoint, so it was 3-3, so they had to go into overtime. But because Philly got their payload there with no time remaining, like in overtime, and London got theirs there with like fucking 3 minutes to spare, all London had to do was capture that first point with one of the 3 ticks. That's all they had to do. And they fucking dove it, destroyed Philly, and captured that point within a matter of seconds, winning the whole thing.
In Overwatch.
I think London's the best in playoffs. I truly believe that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I've said this about the Valiant and New York XL, that Valiant not as much, but definitely New York XL. New York may have been the best team during the playoffs. They're the top seeded team, but unfortunately, due to the fact that they fucking just flounder in the playoffs, they and this is during the season, like the 4 stages. Each stage had its own set of playoffs, and the New York XL just sucked. I think they won one of the 4. So it's like, I kind of was hoping that it wouldn't happen. Like I was hoping that they would get find their shit in the playoffs, but no, they fucking floundered. And then all props to Philly for getting to that point, but like, did you guys decide to not show up? Did you guys just not want it as hard as London? Like I don't get what happened, but.
I think it's kind of 2 things. One, first season, so a lot of these players maybe new playoff structure, and maybe the pressure of that may have gotten to them. And the other thing, it sounds like Foodies that got in, but it's not related. It sounds awful like basically the LA Dodgers Overwatch. They were good during the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, they kind of fall apart. Except last year. Dodgers got to go straight to the boss.
Right. By the way, if anyone in the chat, or even Josh for that matter, is just bored listening to me talk about the Overwatch League, this is exactly how I feel every time anyone talks to me about sports.
It's exactly. I was going to ask one more thing. So, I always love to see how
Say that again. You're quiet.
So I always enjoy these sports and just see what they do afterwards. They win it all, trophy, money wise or whatever. And I'm curious, what's the London team do? Like, what do they do after they won? Do they say like, oh, we're gonna do this, or was it like, here's a trophy, the developer comes up and talks to them and show? Or how was it?
Yeah, it's very similar to, I think, other sports when they, the final game happens and they got this trophy that actually has a crown on top that looks very similar to one of Reinhardt's armors. Hey, Lunar. Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if you popped in as Cum Guzzler. You did not, so I see that. Yeah, you can absolutely join.
Yeah, that's really good for it.
But yeah, the trophy looked like a crown, and then they came out and gave the VIP to a player, and he got a trophy as well. And then I don't know if it's next week or the week after that, but they're gonna do a all-star game.
Oh, nice.
So I think each team is picking their top 2 players, I think is what it is.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
So yeah,
That's pretty cool.
well, what's also interesting, Anthony, is that for the All-Star game, and I don't know if this is in absolute relation to having the Overwatch League pass or not, but they're giving Tracer and Genji very specific skins for Atlantic and Pacific. I'm gonna go ahead and start the game up, guys.
Yeah, go for it. How much money was made, by the way?
So that's the funny part. So I don't remember second place and third place what they get, but first place in each stage got $100,000
Okay, I hope you've all
for
done
the
your
team that
stretching
won
because we're
the
jumping right in.
final game. $1 million.
This is round 1. You'll score points based on the percentage of people who prefer your answer.
For
Have at it.
London, they could have made a good amount of money. I wonder how much that is conversion. But that's cool. That's interesting. Seems like it's been this month of like at least starting. Yeah. For a lot of people.
I think for me the funniest thing about the Overwatch League is that it aired on ESPN.
Oh yeah.
And apparently sports fans were pissed that esports was on ESPN again.
They're always pissed when we're in esports. Yeah, esports. People like it or not. You can have your argument, but yeah, it's going to be here for the long haul.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured you're quiet because we're talking about
Use a safety quip.
Overwatch League, but
Sports.
Let's see how you
No, that's
did.
okay.
Number
I mean,
1 on the list.
I
You know you have a
don't
messed
have
up
anything to
kid when they give
contribute
you a
to
crayon
the
drawing
Overwatch League
of life.
conversation, so.
Okay.
so the first question is,
favorite.
you know you have a messed up kid when they give you a crayon drawing of an exact replica of your penis, or Triple H, Brock Lesnar, and more getting fucked.
Oh, that's a French term. It's pronounced FUK.
Okay.
I'm down with the Triple H thing. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's interesting. Like this next 3
Coming up next,
months,
after high school, kids get the book, oh, the places you'll go. After college, they should
Overwatch
get,
League this
oh, the
weekend.
places you'll
This
blank.
upcoming weekend is Evo. And then
Oh, that's this weekend?
I think after that's this upcoming weekend, yeah.
Jesus.
So and then either the full weekend after that or next month. Early, sometime next month, this will be the invitation. big go-to tournament,
Gotcha.
which is has the biggest
Next in the hopper,
top prize of
worst
any
thing to have
esport.
written on the butt area of your shorts.
It was really funny. It was really funny, Anthony, because I was watching.
It's voting time.
I was watching the first round of the playoffs, watching my nephews, and they were like, "Why are there so many Asians, Uncle Greg?" And I was like, "Well, A, they're Koreans, first off, and B, South Koreans to be specific, and they're there because the South Korean not only government for that matter, but also like the society over there,
Next,
like
one
fully
weird
supports
thing for Peyton Manning to endorse.
to the extent that like I was like, you know that show that was on called Video Game High School? They were like, yeah, and I was like, that's kind of a thing over in South Korea. Not exactly, but kind of a thing.
South Korea is the land. I would dare say they kind of because modern they were huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They were rock stars.
Well, I said that the issue over here in the States is that it's not treated like an actual
Moving
thing.
on,
It's
the
treated
way to
like
really embarrass yourself on Jeopardy.
it's still treated like a kid's thing. And it's more than that now. It's fucking clearly more than that now.
I think the big thing that people are trying to figure out is play really good games. How much money? Or what percent games? So yeah, I think the money aspect of making people realize
Yeah.
That's round
Wasn't
one.
there
Let's take a look at the
wasn't there something
scores.
recently, Anthony, that was like the prize pool was like $12 million or something like that?
for which
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, for some esport.
Round two is straight ahead, and that means all points are doubled.
Prize pool of
There was one that I was reading that was it was fucking enormous.
do you want to know what this year is so far for the international?
What?
As of right now, because the international is a month away, 27 days away, and the total price right now is 22,000,000. And that is expected to go higher. Because the way for Dota 2 international works is that players, people who play Dota 2, they have these called not sure the exact word, it's trading something. Basically, there are items you would buy for yourself, and also would help donate. A lot of money is coming from a lot of people who are buying stuff. So,
Good grief.
last year's international was $1,000.
These better
That
be
is
good.
looking to be
Starting us off,
last
what a
year.
Moby Mule would say.
So it's
Okay,
been
so
crazy.
what's your favorite
Like,
whip?
Sorry.
That was good.
This fucking combo.
Right.
Looks like two of us were on the same wavelength.
So yeah, it's been really pretty fun to watch. A lot of money being handed out. That's the damn truth.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about like sports in general is it's really hard for me to watch and enjoy.
Is probably up to right now.
And I'm saying every sport.
Okay, vote.
But I do like watching playoff stuff. I like watching the best teams go against each other. Which is why I don't mind watching like the World Series or the NBA Finals or the fucking March Madness. Like I don't mind watching that kind of stuff because it's the best of the best. But for the most part, I just can't. So even esports for that matter. Like Evo, I'll watch it, kind of, but not really.
Moving on. Why the Tin
Like I'll probably
Man
have
isn't
Netflix on my
married.
laptop and like the Evo on my
Ready,
Xbox
set,
here, and
vote.
just kind of have them both going. But Evo's all the way down while I'm watching Netflix. But as for like Dota or League or any Fortnite or PUBG tournaments or anything like that, like none of those really interest me. None of them. Like I just don't really care. But when it comes to Overwatch, like I'm personally really hooked on Overwatch. Like Overwatch is one of my favorite multiplayer games I've ever played. So watching the competitors go at it
Next
week after week
prompt.
after week
The
actually like
last thing
interests
you
me.
want to find in a vacuum bag. Vote on your devices.
And I don't pay super close attention to like the games either. Like I'm usually playing a game or doing something on my phone, or you know I have the stream on mute while I'm watching something on my laptop, something like that. So
Right. I will say for this Evo, like it's gonna be really exciting to see Dragon Ball Fighters as a really big.
Yeah.
With all the people in the crowd, I cannot wait to see one. People are throwing up their arms to give a player their energy.
And next,
That's
a
happening.
good name for a Coldplay cover band.
Everybody yelling themselves.
Put in your votes.
So I think you retweeted it, Anthony. I think you're the one that retweeted it. But I saw that clip of the one of the people that works on the not you too is fucking that made me laugh. I want to say producer of Jackbox Fighters like gave sensu beans to the guys going over to Evo.
Yeah, I
We've
saw
reached
that.
the end of round 2. Let's see what happens.
Basically, yeah, she's given all the Japanese players sensu beans to use over at Evo in case they need it. So I find that cute.
Yeah, that was
the
fun.
producer of the game.
Welcome
He's
to the
actually
last
being,
lash, the final round. There's just one prompt, and you're all getting it.
I can imagine it now, like the
Complete
like,
this
you're
comic.
badly with a character, like say like she can like all that. She'll be like, okay, I get back to Japan. I'm not gonna. I mean that won't happen, but like it's just. Oh god. Is that a problem? Yeah, I'm excited for Evo. Evo seems like a couple months. I'm trying to see if there's any game parties. Those are all. They're watching Sunday. Yeah. I start taking tomorrow, work, lunch.
Yeah, that's yeah. I couldn't think of a fucking funny thing to put in there.
Okay, here we go. Give out your medals now.
So, yeah, how's it feel to not do a podcast? How's it feel to not like talk about stuff?
I actually miss it desperately. like I told you, it was therapeutic, so not doing it on a weekly basis kind of sucks a little bit. So I'm excited that you're staying over there permanently and you're going to be getting your stuff in like a month.
Well, if everything pans out, so that's
If everything pans out, yes, but
yeah.
regardless, like
Yeah, I do. No, it'd be cool. I had this idea actually. I wanted it. So, but it requires to have it.
Brace yourselves, here come those medals. Now we transform those medals into points.
Next to each other. I can talk about you and I. Like, hey, we're live here. Kind of.
That's the game. Let's see the final scores.
Here, small box.
I fucking. Did really good in the first round, and then the second round I fucking sucked it up apparently.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Don't, Josh, don't.
You
What?
won.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
What?
Won again.
Yeah, I won twice.
Yeah.
But, you know, we also only have 4 and 5 people playing, so.
Yeah, is something happening today where just nobody's on Twitch?
Well, 2 things. One, I think that Switch is
You think what? Oh.
yeah, there's apparently so there are
Anthony, you gotta speak directly into your phone and a little bit louder, dude.
I'm wrong. My lips are really
Okay, because like you'll talk and then suddenly you'll just get farther away and then you'll be talking. This is what it sounds like, and I'm just like, what is happening?
Yeah, Twitch is like,
Oh my god, what is happening? Josh, are you also losing him, like, in mid-sentence?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, not just me.
No, that's not just you. Ow.
It kind of, I was like, it kind of just started happening too. Like, you were fine talking about esports, and then suddenly you're just not there.
God damn it.
Ah, shit.
Ah, shit.
Looks like my timer is up then. Well. I'm just gonna go and do other stuff now, but
Alright.
yeah.
Well, it was fun talking to you for a little bit.
Yeah, man.
For sure. I'll come back.
I dropped those and I can't reach them.
Alright.
See how Alright, nice talking to ya. I'm out.
Alright, man. Take care.
Will do.
Later, Bo. I meant to say dude and boy, and Bo came out of my mouth, so that was weird.
It's not the first time you've had a boy come out of your mouth, though.
Alright, you.
That was too good to not take advantage of. You know it.
That's what she said?
That too. I mean, it was a perfect setup.
Shit. Anthony's just throwing bones.
What would you say?
He said, fuck you, Josh.
Well, hell, I didn't say it about him. I said it about you.
I know, which, maybe he's coming to my defense. Maybe he is my Bo. I don't know. Oh, man. Jackbox might be a bust today.
Maybe. I see what he's saying now. Yeah, I messaged Rob and he said if we were still going when he gets home, he'll jump in. He's apparently out and about. Butte.
Right now California has a nice overcast, but it's not clouds.
Oh, is it like smoke?
Yeah, there's a
Wildfires.
massive wildfire in Reading, which is like, from where I live, it's probably about 6 hours north.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a nice little ashy overcast. Big ol' like fucking don't go outside today warning.
That sucks.
It's pretty bad, dude. Like, so it's the worst fire that we had this year so far was down south of California, and it was 43,000 acres burned, right? And that one lasted, I want to say, a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
This one in Reading, which is again 6 hours north, has lasted about 4 days and has burned 80,000 acres.
Jesus.
I don't know how or why this wildfire is much stronger, but it is destroying like whole towns. This fire is, and I'm not fucking around, the same size as Philadelphia.
Good God.
Yeah. It's really bad, yeah.
It's terrible.
People are being evacuated so fast they don't have time to grab anything. The worst thing I'd heard, this is gonna get really dark real quick, but the worst thing I had heard so far was that the firefighters found a grandmother huddling with a 4 and 5 year old, and they all died. Really fucking shit.
That's terrible.
But yeah, CNN reported yesterday, Northern California's deadly car fire has doubled in size to 80,000 acres Saturday as authorities searched for a woman and 2 young children who went missing in the wildfire roared through the city of Reading and forced thousands to flee. So yeah, it's... like, there was pictures of people... There's a picture of a guy, my brother retweeted it, who was in a plane. And he was like, here's a couple fires that I saw when I was flying over California. Here's the car fire. And it just looks like a fucking mushroom cloud. Here, I'll
So, I decided, remember last year how I did that Final Fantasy V 4 job fiesta for charity?
yeah.
I am doing it again. I intended on doing it this month, but then, went and had to go and lose that whole leg thing. But I'm actually going to be doing it again in the second half of August. I'm going to start it on the 13th. And do it like daily, start at like 3 p.m. my time, till about 7 or 8 p.m. in the evenings. Do it daily for like Monday through Friday until I finish the game. Probably do it about 2 weeks, like I did last year.
Nice. Alright, this doesn't look like it's going to be a thing today, Josh, so do you mind if I switch games and just play something while we wait for people to show up?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Alright, so I'm going to... Sorry, John, I'm going to switch over to a different game, but if you want to stick around, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to be playing something else. Be back soon.